Hey guys, Nurse Kim here this time. If you can't tell, I'm in scrubs. And I know I'm not really super prepared for a video right now, but I just got back from a really special nursing visit that I wanted to share with you guys. Most of us, especially if you're a nurse, well, really in any line of work, we get so accustomed to our jobs that we kind of get numb to the emotion of people around us, of what we're doing. We just kind of get in that day-to-day grind. Pardon my dog, she decides it's Bella time right now. Anyway, we just kind of get in the groove of the day-to-day work grind, and we don't really think about things in detail, especially as nurses, firefighters, police officers. Pardon me if I'm forgetting your line of work, but I am so sorry, guys. But, those of you that deal with any kind of trauma, death, dying, sadness, anything, we kind of tune those things out and forget to really focus in on some things sometimes. And that's our protective mechanism that we really need to be able to do this job long term. We wouldn't survive our mental sanity if we did not protect ourselves from some of those emotions and feelings. So, along with that, though, what tends to happen with a lot of people, especially me, I'm guilty of it, we're all guilty of it. Sometimes we just go in and we don't really think about some of the things that we probably should think about. Example, if you're in long-term care nursing, hospice nursing, end of life, anything with geriatrics, it's really hard to say this, but sometimes I catch myself just walking in somewhere and I see a frail, elderly, old, crusty man who smells funny, looks funny, maybe has bodily fluids on him or lunch spilt over onto his clothes from dinner. He's wearing a diaper, and I'll get to that word in just a few minutes. I'm sure you know where I'm going with that. But you walk in, you look at him, you don't even think twice other than maybe some negative thought, and you do your job and you leave and you're done. Well, of course we're all human beings and we have normal thoughts and feelings and emotions, but I just encourage each of you to take a minute and do what I did today and really think about who you're working with or who you're passing by, whether it be on the job, at the grocery store, wherever you're at. Think about the other people who are walking by you that you may not interact with or know. Because here's why. Here's a really good lesson that I learned today. I was taking care of a lady, and I can't go into details about family dynamics or names or anything, of course, because of HIPAA laws and their privacy. I want to respect that. But what I can say is this lady was a very highly decorated military nurse. She was a registered nurse in the military. She came out of battle with honors, extremely honorable woman. And what I saw before I learned this about her, I walked into the room and I saw a frail old lady laying in a diaper. She had relieved herself in her, I call it a brief, by the way, I can't stand the word diaper, but she had gone to the restroom on herself. She still had lunch kind of on the side of her neck, and the room smelled funny. And I just I don't know what was going through my head, but I'm sure it was unpleasant thoughts. And as I was taking care of this woman, she looked up and gave me a grin, and I could just, there for a moment, I kind of froze in time, and I could see, how do I explain this without sounding weird? I could see her soul. I could see her as a lifelong, beautiful woman of integrity, of honor, a mother, an aunt, a sister, a daughter. I didn't see this frail old woman laying in bed who had defecated on herself. And I really had to fight back the tears because I thought, Kim, shame on you. Shame on you for having those thoughts. And I know they're normal. We all process thoughts differently. We don't consciously mean to think negative thoughts. And that's okay. Get through your job, do what you've got to do, treat people with respect. Your thoughts are your own private sanctuary. But I want to encourage you to try to find out about the people that you're interacting with every day. Again, whether it's on the job or not, find out some information about them. I had the pleasure of speaking with this woman's family, and I found out so many amazing things about her that would send chills to your bones if you knew some of the things that she's been through in life, some of the things that she's done, the reason that she doesn't have children. You just think, oh, here's a lady that, has no kids, she's laying in bed, there's nobody here with her. That's so not true. When you walk in for a 30-minute visit and you see someone there, you don't see their whole life. You don't see the entire family that adores her and loves her and honors her. You don't see her relationship with God, her relationship with her families, loved ones, things like that. You just see an old lady laying in bed in whatever condition she may be in. So I know I'm kind of rambling at this point, and I don't know if I'm getting through to any of you guys or if you care about this at all. But if you take away anything from this video, whether you're in the healthcare field, medical, police, firefighter, anyone that interacts with people on a very intimate level, regardless, even, if you're a school teacher, if you're a gymnastics coach, any sports coach, regardless of what you do, if you're a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't matter what you do. When you're out in public and you're interacting with people, just every once in a while, try to think deeper than what you see. If you see some dirty, crusty man on the side of the road holding up a sign for food, let's try not to be judgmental about that. Let's just take a moment. You don't have to interact with them. You don't have to, pass them a $20 bill or do something heroic. But just take 2 seconds to think, I wonder what their life was like before this, because this is probably not where they prefer to be. It just is where life has brought them at the moment. And I promise you guys, there's so much more to that human being and that soul than what you're seeing in that moment. So let's just all take the time to humble ourselves and get over ourselves. It really just taught me a lesson today. I feel like I do a good job. I feel like I'm a good nurse, but man, could I get better at just really human interaction, human relationships. Let's uplift people, encourage people, and do a better job with our society. So I'm going to stop rambling now. I think you guys get the point of this video. Oh, actually, I do have one more thought. The diaper word. This kind of just ties into the whole theme. I get so infuriated when I walk into places and I see these 80, 90-year-old adults who, some of them have their doctorate degrees, some of them are college professors, retired college professors, some of them are attorneys, physicians, some worked fast food their whole life. It doesn't really matter what their background is. They are not 3-year-olds, guys. I do understand that there is a dynamic with dementia or people that have a repressed personality, or I'm not finding the right words right now, but you know what I mean. I do understand that you do have to interact with them on a different level, and that's okay. But just please don't look at them as toddlers. Don't talk to them like toddlers. And by all means, please do not use the word diaper. They already, most of them, are having to choke down pureed food, thickened liquids. Man, my words are not coming out right now. But I can assure you, if you put yourself in their shoes, the last thing you want to hear, especially if you're mentally capable of understanding what's going on, the last thing you want to hear is, let's go wipe your butt and change your diaper. And I know that sounds funny, but I hear that all the time, and it just infuriates me, and I just want to grab this person by the scrubs and have a little chat with them. Of course, I don't do that. I'm not their boss or supervisor, but that's why I'm venting to you guys. If you have a habit, it may just be the culture that you're in. If you work at a nursing home or assisted living or something, it just kind of may be the habit and routine of your day-to-day work. But try to keep those tidbits in mind the next time you're working with the elderly. They have done so much for us to establish themselves. They're not children. They don't deserve to be treated like children. Yes, some of them act like children, and it can be quite humorous. But they're not children. They're grown adults. They have more knowledge and wisdom than you will ever know until you reach their age. So thank you for bearing with me through this 10 minutes. I'll try to edit some of it out. I know I look terrible. I've been working all day. But God bless you and have a great day.